If you've watched a few of my videos, one thing you've probably heard me say a lot is that there is no one best cloth nappy for absolutely everyone, because everyone has different needs and different circumstances. But you've probably also cottoned on to the fact that I have a favourite system, and sometimes I think that bias can come out a little bit. Well, today I'm going to tell you why I love all-in-two nappies, why they're my favourite, why they make up most of my personal cloth nappy collection, as in the nappies that I use for my children, and why I think they might work for you as well. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Ines. I run a blog called Aboderie where I share lots of things to do with living a sustainable handmade family life. You can probably hear my little girl shouting mummy downstairs. I promise she does have her father with her. Hopefully it's not too distracting. If you're new to cloth nappies, you're probably wondering what an all-in-two nappy is. And all it is where the nappy is in two separate parts. There's a waterproof part and an absorbent part, and they are completely separate. They might occasionally snap together, so sometimes you get them where the insert will snap into the cover and the whole nappy will appear as one piece, although the two pieces can come apart. I hope that makes sense. Broadly, there are two kinds of all-in-two nappies. There is a kind where the waterproof cover is completely wiped clean inside, and then there are ones where the cover isn't wiped clean, so there might be a layer of fleece or another kind of fabric on top of the waterproof layer, so you can't wipe it clean. Personally, I prefer the kind that have wiped clean covers. This is mostly because all-in-two nappies where the cover isn't wiped clean act a little bit more like an all-in-one nappy. So the benefit of a wiped clean cover is that you can wipe it clean if the baby's only weed and reuse it again without having to wash it. Whereas with a non-wiped clean cover, you have to make sure that you're putting it through the wash every single time, because the fleece or whatever it is on top of the waterproof will get dirty each time and need to be washed. Having said that, even when they don't have a wiped clean cover, they do have some benefits over all-in-one nappies. So one thing is that you can detach the inserts from the covers when they're drying, and that can sometimes just help them to dry a little bit quicker than an equivalent all-in-one nappy would. The other benefit they have is that you can buy extra inserts to have on hand. So you can take your dry nappy cover, because usually they will be the faster drying part of the nappy, and your dry inserts from the drawer, and you can use those together while the inserts that are drying on the line continue to dry. The other kind that I mentioned are all-in-two nappies that have wiped clean covers, and these are definitely my favourite. As I mentioned earlier, the major benefit is that you can wipe the cover clean if your baby has only weed and use it 2-3 more times before you actually put it through the wash. This means that you can have fewer covers than you have inserts, so often you can get away with maybe 6 to 8 covers with 20 inserts. So you're saving money on the cost of your nappy system, and you're also saving on space. So if you only have a small space to store nappies, then there's less stuff to store. Note that this likely wouldn't work if you have a really frequent pooer. Some babies will poo in every nappy, and then in that case obviously you would need to put the whole nappy, including the cover, through the wash. So if you're finding that your baby poos in every nappy, then you're probably not going to find that you can get away with fewer covers, and this benefit will be void. Another slight downside if you have a frequent pooer is that these nappies can be a little bit fiddly to rinse off, because they've got lots of nooks and crannies that your little one's poo can get into. I'm sorry, that's really gross, but I have to go into detail. Because of those nooks and crannies, they can be a little bit harder to rinse compared to, say, a pocket nappy that has just one layer of fleece on top and is quite easy to rinse off. Another big benefit of all-in-two nappies is that you can switch out the inserts that you're using in the cover, depending on your circumstances and what you want for that particular day. This is true of both nappies where the cover is wiped clean and ones where the cover isn't wiped clean, although you will probably find that there's more flexibility with a wiped clean cover for the reasons that I've just mentioned. So this flexibility of being able to switch out inserts means that If you find a cover you like but don't love the insert, then you can find a different insert to work with that cover. It also means that if you have a variety of different all-in-two nappies, that you can interchange some of the inserts and the covers, so you've less problem of waiting around for certain inserts to dry. You can use the ones that dry more quickly and more regularly, and the ones that dry slower can be saved for when you really need them. You'll also often find that the covers of all-in-two nappies can be used over a nighttime fitted nappy, so it saves you the job of having to find an extra cover to use over a fitted nappy, because you can just use the same cover day and night. One of my personal favourite reasons why all-in-twos are great is that you can even use them with flat nappies and pre-folds. Flat nappies and pre-folds are super affordable and super quick drying, so if those two things are an issue for you, that's the things that you're looking for, then it could be that you go for a set of all-in-two nappies, but either buy them without the inserts or switch out the inserts for flats and pre-folds. That being said, flat nappies can be a little bit intimidating, particularly if you're asking someone new to cloth nappies to use them. So you could have a set of the inserts that come with the all-in-two nappy for use with childcare, and then a stack of flat nappies or pre-folds that you can use at home. This means that you get the benefit of the affordability and the quick drying flats, but then also have an easier option which is available to your childcare provider when they need it. Broadly speaking, my favourite brands are some of the following. So Thirsty's Duo is one of my all-time favourite nappies. The covers are lovely and lightweight. There's a double gusset, which is great for containment. They're sized, so the size 1 goes up to about £20, and then the size 2 £35, and a size 3 over £35. So there's a really broad range of sizes that they're going to cover. They're great for the tiniest newborns and also toddlers that go beyond £35 before they reach potty training. Downside is that you obviously have to buy more than one size if you're going to go right through that size range. Another downside of them is that they don't have a popper inside. So lots of covers will have a popper, which means that the insert stays in place and doesn't kind of slide and slip around. This isn't something that I personally find as a problem, but friends and other parents that I've recommended these to have sometimes mentioned that that has been an issue for them. So if you're worried about that, then maybe this isn't the one to go for. Another one I love is the Fia Econo Nappy. These come with a lovely big hemp insert that is both poppered and also has flaps on either end to really hold the insert in place. They're really generously sized, so if you have a bigger baby, then these ones would be a great option for you. And they are also excellent value for money. They are fantastic quality, and the price, I think, is practically too cheap. So definitely a good one if you're looking for something that's affordable. Another similar one is Buttons. Buttons do 2 1 sizes. That's really confusing. They have a 1 size and a super 1 size, and most people find that they prefer the super 1 size because it fits most babies' birth to potty, but also has some extra features that make it preferable over the 1 size. In particular, it has, again, the flaps at either end that help to really keep the insert in place. Buttons is also one of the only companies where their wrap has 2 layers of PUL. So if you have a baby that's prone to doing really big wheeze and flooding the nappy, then this is one that might actually work slightly better for you because it's got that extra layer of protection. Another brand I love is Bear and Boho, and again these have the double layer of PUL like Buttons, though they are more expensive. One thing that Bear and Boho do have though is beautiful prints. So if appearance is important to you, I know it is to some people, it certainly is to me, and I'm not afraid to admit it, then Bear and Boho is one that is worth looking into. With both Bear and Boho and Buttons, you may find that the elastics are quite strong and can sometimes leave sock marks on your baby. So if you're sensitive to worrying that your baby is uncomfortable in a nappy and you want something gentle, then probably Buttons and Bear and Boho are ones to avoid. Finally, there is a brand called Bell's Bums that do really lovely affordable nappies that are great quality for the price. Their Z wrap is a lovely wrap that has poppers inside to hold the inserts in place, and they also have matching inserts which I think are some of the best all-in-two inserts. So if you are looking for something that you are definitely going to use the insert that they come with, then I would probably lean towards Bell's Bums over any of the other ones. And like I said at the start, any of these can be used with alternative inserts, so it's worth looking at what's out there on the market. Some that I love with all of my all-in-two nappies are the Buttons Bird's Eye Cotton Flats, or a company called Bright Bots also do some that are exactly the same basically. Another option is a trifold, so Fia do a trifold, as do Little Baby Bum. No, not Little Baby Bum. Little Love Bum, sorry. The parents will know what Little Baby Bum is. Yes, so Fia do a trifold with a popper, as do Little Love Bum, and they're really great because they will snap in, but they also fold out to dry quickly. Another option, like I said, is a pre-fold. So I really like the Thirsties Hemp pre-fold for slimness and absorbency, though they are quite expensive. If you're looking for something more affordable, then I would just go for a Muslin's cotton pre-fold, which are a little bit bulky but super affordable. So that has been, frankly, a whistle-stop tour of all-in-two nappies. If you have any more questions on this particular style of nappy, then do drop them in the comments or drop me a message over on Instagram. I will put details here. Otherwise, I will see you all next time.